As it currently stands, it seems that Ethereum, XRP, and everything is about to go crazy. Now, obviously, we are not sure if it's going to be happening today. A matter of fact, a lot of cryptos have been pumping quite a lot over the past few hours, but today, I want to open up even more positions, get myself even more coins in preparation of what is bound to happen. And in case the market does decide to go against us a little bit, I mean, for Ethereum, there are some bearish signs showing. We'll just be adding a significant amount more because, again, at some point, there's just no more room. Right, we're going to have to get that crazy move going. I'm right now in the ETH 5K waiting room, but I just want to quickly show you guys what I'm going to be doing. So first of all, to get it started today, I want to quickly open up a $10,000 Ethereum position. Even though I've got significantly more in my account, I just want to get something started here. We're just going to make it easy for ourselves and do a market $10,000 order. Here we go. So we're opening up a nice little ETH long here. There we go. We've got that entered. And now I also want to quickly open the exact same thing for XRP. And I'll give you guys some rationale here in just a second. Let me just quickly move over. Here we go. Get ourselves about I'll give it a little second to load, $10,000 worth of XRP as well. This is both done over, I still have 20x leverage. I want to go for 10x leverage on this one. There we go, 10x leverage. We're going to open up ourselves, like I said, a $10,000 XRP long. Why do I open both of these up right now? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's something pretty cool going on over on 𝗬𝗓𝗓. And as you guys will probably know, if you go to the description of any of my videos, there's always links to different exchanges, right? One of them is 𝗬𝗓𝗓, as you can see right there. They've got something pretty interesting going on though right now. And that's the reason I decided to open some new positions right there. If we look at the current competitions and things they've got going on right now, they've literally got the best in the entire market, as they apparently right now have a 100% position airdrop, which basically means that, as you can see on the bottom left, with a 10K deposit, for example, you also get a 10K USDT value ETH position, specifically for Ethereum. And there's some other trading rewards that you can see over on the right here. The more you trade, the more bonus you also get. And at a lot of volume, a couple hundred million, you actually get thousands of dollars for absolutely free. And the thing is, to some, this may seem like nothing because they don't care at all. But to others, at just a 10K deposit, getting a full freaking 10K USDT ETH position for free, that could be a pretty big deal because it, again, changes your risk reward by quite a lot. And for that reason, I decided, hey, it might actually be wise to just get something started here to show people, hey, ETH as of this point is looking really freaking good. And I actually just want to stack up to get at least a $1 million long here over on 𝗬𝗓𝗓 as well. But I decided, hey, we need to get started somewhere. Let me just open up a nice little 10K position because I'm buying very, very high. I wanted to make this video a few hours ago, but I didn't get the chance to when ETH was actually still at about 340 or something like that. It actually went to 4,200 as I was looking today, I think, or a little bit earlier. Maybe, no, I think it was actually today, yeah, as well. 42 something, I think it was 42 something. But unfortunately, we did not get to buy in that low. But right now, I think it's just nice to start building up some positions. And here we go, right? It's just light, but we're going to start building these up over time. I just want to always show you whenever I open things up, though. And again, as the market moves down, we will be adding to these significantly because right now it's only $1,000 in margin I put into either of them, and realize that I still got about $100,000 left worth of margin I can put into them. And looking at it, right now we've got no liquidation for ETH and no liquidation for XRP. So we can up it by more, right? But as I said before, we just want to be a bit careful with ETH because the price is a bit overextended. So we want to actually try to get potentially towards 4,250 again before we open up yet another long or something along those lines. I will say again, though, guys, that I'm going to be sharing a lot more very interesting things over in Discord as well, and going to do a lot more trading content over on here. I recommend you guys to go to the description down below, and in case you're interested in, for example, my new bots or my new trades and things like that, check out Discord. Right now, there's not too much in there just quite yet. There's still a lot missing, but it's going to be coming. And I want to also make sure every single person that is interested in trading has a bit of a community to kind of sit around in, right? To hopefully discuss these things with. Right now, ETH is going absolutely crazy, though. I just love watching just watching this go absolutely wild. I mean, earlier today, I also opened up another 25 Ethereum bot. I'm not sure if I'm posting that video before this or after this. It just depends a bit on how the editing is going for that. But as you can see, also we are up about 0.1 ETH to 2.5% or so in just a few hours on that. It's already been able to trade about 41 rounds, and that's the thing, right? I've right now been going really, really crazy on ETH, and I don't just want to say it, I also want to show it to you, which is why I just opened another few positions here today. XRP and ETH are the two main coins I'm going to be watching, but I still think Solana is worth considering as well. But specifically today was just a day to buy. I thought I have to wake up and get myself another $100,000 worth of ETH today. Finally got it done though. I mean, can still get more though. That's the thing. I still think that ETH is so freaking close towards making that move towards the $5,000 mark. And the moment that it breaks that, it's going to be pretty crazy pretty quickly. I just don't want to miss it. I think the downside is quite limited, even though we are not in a perfect price anymore, but the upside is so great. I just need to build these positions out, not be too much of wuss, because I know I would regret it otherwise. And like I said before, right now, risk reward wise, you're getting yourself a little bit better of a deal if you did not trade on WeX ever before. Right now, like I said, you get yourself a $10,000 free position. Of course, I'm not your financial advisor. At the end of the day, nothing here is financial advice. This makes sense though, and if it doesn't, just read the freaking terms and conditions. You can find everything by looking for it. As of this point, we're up about $40 on this. Fun fact, sometimes I think, you can also just sell this right now, get yourself a free $40, but it's not enough, right? We want to get some big schmeckles. I think this at the end of the next few weeks is going to be in some way crazier amount. But even as of this point, I really don't want to open small positions like 10K, but I thought it was worth it to just make a little update video on me opening some. And perhaps throughout the next few hours, if the market does come down a little bit, I will be adding even more. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm getting a little bit of FOMO. You know, we'll add another $5,000 to the ETH position. Why not? Just quickly here, adding at least a little bit, just so I have a little bit of something to look at, right? Otherwise, I just can't look at this. It's too small of a position. But I want to try and get it to at least $200,000, $300,000 over the next, I'm going to say 48 hours, depending on what the ETH price does. But I see, well, we'll have to see about that, right? Because I'm also kind of torn between just opening it more in bots. Because at the end of the day, it makes a little bit more sense in case the market does go sideways. But it feels as if ETH is really not going to be cheap that much longer, and so it's worth stacking up. But actually, I've been looking at some different altcoins to get some positions into as well. And one of the positions I also wanted to get myself was a 𝗬𝘂 coin margin bot. If you do not know what it is, I always have links down below to, like I said, all right, here, Payonix. It's where I trade my bots on. And right now, by the way, there's also a nice little competition going on where I'm actually giving away about $5,000 to people for basically the people who get themselves the best bots. But having said that, right now I want to open up two other bots at this exact moment. One for Aptos. This is actually going to be a small one, but it's just so people can actually see what my trading strategy was going to be for Aptos. I think as of this point, Aptos is not going to be going lower than about 360. Whereas the upside is quite high. I'm going to say here about $9.90. In this case, for grids, we're going to go for about 473. Let's quickly insert that. We don't need to preview it. But as you can see, we are basically buying very much towards the bottom, as Aptos is actually quite, you can call it oversold, but just not the best of positions. I'm just going to open it here with the minimum amount, and then later on, I'll open up yet another bot in the exact same form, but then at 5x. The reason I'm opening 3 is some of you guys in the comments made me realize if I make some of these copyable parts, it should probably be at about 3x leverage for some of these coins. And then my own bots, which I'm going to be going for, should be 5x, but it depends on what type of strategy you're going for. If you're a person that wants to watch it every single day, I think higher leverage can work for most people. But if you're a person that's really just wanting to open it and never look back at it again, I would say that obviously the lower the leverage, the easier it is to go for. But I thought, hey, it's nice to get ourselves a little Aptos bot in. It's going to buy the whole position basically all at once right now. So we get that set. We open it up. And later on, again, like I said, I'll basically open the exact same one with larger money. I can show you guys right now, but it's just exactly the same copy, but then at 5x leverage with more money. And the second one I wanted to open up was a 𝗬𝘂 coin margin bot. So what this is I basically want the bot, I put some 𝗬𝘂 into my account here, about 4,000 𝗬𝘂. I wanted to basically trade and make me even more 𝗬𝘂. As a range, right, we don't expect 𝗬𝘂 to actually go below $2.68. So $2.68 at the bottom. And we think that 𝗬𝘂 could definitely get back towards the $5 range, but to be a little bit more conservative, I want to put it at about 473. So 4.73. So we expect 𝗬𝘂 to go towards. Amount of grids, we can go for 489. And in this case here, I'm going just for a very low amount. You might be wondering exactly, Dusty, why are you putting such a low amount in here? Why are you doing these minimums? It's mostly because I'll copy it over again. with 5 times leverage. I'm just making this as like a copyable thing, so don't worry about it too much. So we're opening this up as well. It's buying about half in 𝗬𝘁 straight away. Let's just quickly get into this one. Here we go. And now, like I said, so what that looks like, if you want to see, again, I just basically made the bot here as a copyable thing at 3x, and now I'm going to actually go ahead and make my own at 5x. So here I just changed the leverage to 5. I just copied the exact same settings. And I thought about it, like, should I explain my strategy here and my thought process? And I realized, yes, I think it's better if I just explain my rationale. I personally am comfortable with higher amounts of leverage. Matter of fact, I think even at 10x leverage, I'd probably be completely fine because I can always supplement my 𝗬𝘁. But on the opposite side, I also want to make it something that is a little bit easier on the stomach, right? I don't have to look back at it so much. So let's say, for example, we were to go for 3,000. In this case here, that would place us at about a 15,000 𝗬𝘁 position. I think actually for the amount that we've got, it's quite high, but we can actually check it out. So for example, if we were to place about 1,200 𝗬𝘁 as extra margin, here we go, you can take a look at it. Right now we'd see that we get wrecked at about $2.48 per 𝗬𝘁 if we put all the extra in. Now that's about $2.50 𝗬𝘁. I don't think that's really that bad. So especially if we consider that at this price, that's about $10,000, so that we're putting in times 5 at $50,000 𝗬𝘁 bot. I wouldn't say that's too bad, but if we want to stay slightly more conservative, we go for about 2,700 𝗬𝘁, for example, right now, and we can see we can put about, let's say, 1,500 or so. Let's just put 1,400 𝗬𝘁 or so. I think we can do 1,500, right? 1,500 𝗬𝘁 here in the margin pool. You can see we got ourselves 242 with a little bit more 𝗬𝘁 that I can add to basically not wreck ourselves. And I kind of want it to be below $2, but I think as a start, this could be comfortable, or we go for just 2,500 right there. Yeah, I think in this case, this could work out quite nicely, something along these lines, and just see as time progresses, right? So we're just opening up a slight little bot here, just 2,500 𝗬𝘁 times 5, so about 10,000 𝗬𝘁, so about $33,000, $37,000, $34,000, something like that. We're opening it up right here, right now. Press create. You'll see it basically gets itself the majority of the position already, while also keeping a lot in reserve just to not wreck itself, but I think that's completely fine. I always like those freaking ding-dongs. It just kind of makes me happy for some reason. We get ourselves that 𝗬𝘁 position in, and this is something I'm going to be doing a lot more over the next few days. Just stack these bots, stack these different positions, because I just realized, hey, I've got different coins laying around. Why not insert them into these money-generating automatic machines, basically? And if you do not know, watch my tutorial. All right, I've got a full spreadsheet explaining all the freaking details about my bots, how to go about them, which ones have opened, when I opened them, what my settings are. And I've also got a full Discord now dedicated to this craft. But I'll also say, if you're just looking for a normal position right now, if we're really starting to think about it, I think the best one you'll find is 𝗬𝑥. I'll leave the link at the top of the description down below, because I don't think this campaign is going to last too long. I mean, just for binding your phone and email, you get like a freaking $100. But besides that, you can still get yourself a freaking 10,000 USDT ETH position just for depositing. It's pretty crazy. They're not making money on this. They're definitely losing money on it right now. But I think it's just a massive campaign to get more people to use it. So I think they're fine losing money for now. But regardless, ooh, I see the camera overheated again. But anyway, like I said, at this price, I just want to quickly confirm it again. I'm only opening it for $15,000, even though I wanted to do a few $100,000 to showcase that right now people are getting themselves a free nice position. But my main goal is to basically wait for ETH to go significantly lower, hopefully as low as 3,900, then start stacking a proper position. So in the meantime, I'm actually not going to be doing too much as well. I just wanted to get some position in to show people, hey, there's actually a nice little system we have right now. Risk reward wise, it's pretty good. While trying to stack at least from 4,200 down and get my main position at about 3,900 or so. And I wanted to say, yeah, I've started stacking. As I told you, I'm going to start stacking a lot of positions right now at these levels. Very minimum. If you look at my account size, it's not that much that I just open it for, as you can see. But ultimately, that's also sometimes comfortable. Just get something started. But yeah, that's about it for right now. Hopefully see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere later today, because the market is starting to get crazy. Today was a good day, but it can get so much better in the blink of an eye, and I don't want to miss it. But yeah, that's about it. Some links are down below, like I said. I'll see you guys again in another one.